Using component with known vulnerability holds the ninth position in OWASP. This is the quite interesting vulnerability because we don't have to use any special tricks to exploit this sort of vulnerability. All we need to do is to understand the web application code properly and find out what the software version is used by web app or what library or third-party component used in a web application. Now many times developers write their code properly, means they try to secure their code by adding multiple patches, but sometimes they use the third-party component in their web application to save their time, like the SWF uploader or YUI library series, which is developed by Yahoo. At the end, they might be using the outdated version of that library that has a known vulnerability, as it is hard to track all dependency in a code. Now, this is how the attacker can exploit this sort of vulnerability. Attacker looks for the vulnerability in web application when web app look like secure. Attacker look for the vulnerability in a web application. At the end, attacker think that the web application looks like secure. Attacker move on to the next and try to find out any weak component through scanning or manual analysis. As he found a weak component, he customized the exploit as needed and execute the attack. Now let's move on to the real POC. Last year I have found one cross-site scripting vulnerability in a Yahoo famous subdomain, which is shopping.yahoo.com. After looking into source code of shopping.yahoo.com, I analyzed that Yahoo was using outdated version of io.swf library, which is the YUI library developed by Yahoo, where YID parameter was vulnerable for reflected accesses. I simply used that component known vulnerability and executed accesses on shopping.yahoo.com. So this is the proof of concept for vulnerability which I have found in shopping.yahoo.com. The main credit goes to the guy who have found that io.swf vulnerability. You can see the link of that blog on my screen. Now I simply loaded the YID payload and accesses got executed. You can see on my screen shopping.yahoo.com. So this is how the using component with known vulnerability works. So I hope you guys understood this technique. So see you guys on the next video.